I will give you some bonus tips. 3 things you need to keep in mind before you come. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to Bakairu Japan, your source of all things acting and entertainment in the land of the rising sun. And I'm your host, Kyle Cod. Now these bonuses, they can encompass entire videos in themselves, but I don't want to delve too much into them because they are essentially no-brainers and something you really need to think about if you plan on going to any foreign country to work. If you afford yourself a quick Google search, you can get all the information on these topics. Just keep them in mind. The first is, of course, a cell phone. What are you going to do for your cell phone connectivity? There is a lot of SIM card options available, so you could explore bringing your unlocked cell phone and getting a SIM card service from one of the many cellular services available in Japan. There are some companies available that cater specifically to foreigners in this situation. I think one's called Sakura Mobile and another one is GTN. You can Google those as well to find out. My recommendation is to bring an unlocked cell phone of your own and get a SIM card, and maybe even get a pocket Wi-Fi system, which can be quite inexpensive. Then you have pocket Wi-Fi, and then you'll have your cheap SIM card, and you'll have a phone number, because to get a job in entertainment, acting, and modeling in Japan, you need 1, a phone number, and 2, you need an email address. You will be corresponded with predominantly email and phone calls, so at least have a phone number and then have some sort of way to connect to the internet and get some email. The cheapest way you could do this is bring your unlocked cell phone, get one of those cheaper just phone number, SIM card deals, and just hang out at Starbucks all the time because, you know, free Wi-Fi all around. That's my tactic when I go back to Canada for Christmas or something. I just find the nearest Starbucks and I'm Wi-Fiing away all day. So there you go. Find free Wi-Fi, get a pocket Wi-Fi, and get a cheap SIM card. That should cover you. If you want to do the other companies, just be aware that shorter term visas, it's very difficult to get a contract through one of the larger companies where they give you a cell phone on a consignment essentially. So just keep that in mind. Path of least resistance is just bring your own phone unlocked and just get a SIM card, and that will get you started right away. No hassle probably. Second thing to keep in mind is a local Japanese bank account. In order to get paid for work in Japan, you need to have a bank account in Japan. Another Google search will give you all the options for banks available, but for your ease, because I'm a nice guy, I will include a link down below. Just a random one that I Googled off the internet that has the top 10 banks in Japan. Just pick and choose whichever one you decide meshes with you, or the one that's closest to your accommodation when you arrive in Japan. Just go from there. They'll give you a bank card and a bank book and you'll be ready to go. You'll need that information for when you register at the agency so they can pay you. So Google Japanese banks because you will need a bank account. And the third bonus item for you to keep in mind is, of course, accommodation. Now, I am no expert in this field, nor do I want to be, but in terms of resources, there are multiple websites and forums such as gaijinpot.com, which I believe has some accommodation information, and I believe that company GTN as well, who provides SIM cards for foreigners, also helps with housing. Again, another Google search will bring up a bunch of English sites which cater specifically to foreigners, because it can be difficult as a foreigner to find accommodation. Yeah, that's a very weighted topic. You can explore that when you get here. Yeah, that's changing. It's slowly changing, slowly getting better, but do keep in mind it can be difficult as a foreigner to find accommodation, but there are services that are becoming available that make it much easier for foreigners. Again, this is not my field of expertise, but it is definitely something I could explore in the future and make a video specifically on that. Let me know if that's something you would like me to look into. But in the meantime, for these bonus topics that you need to explore before coming, Google's your friend. If you've got any value out of this video, please give it a like and hit that subscribe button. This has been Kyle Card for Bakairu Japan. See you next time. Alright, one of those will work. Oh my goodness. Darker as I was filming. I should have started filming earlier. This is ridiculous. Is this light okay?